Good day, mariners. This is Amit Meena, founder of Punk Marine Services. In today's video, I'd like to share a very important thing that while on board the vessel, many a times it so happens that suppose, for example, you are a deck officer and you're working on an offshore DP vessel. So most likely it so happens that you're so much tied up in your daily routine, your daily work list is so long that you really are completely tied up in various operations, port approaches and port loading, offloading and things like that, probably in the sailing time, then in the DP operations and things like that, some critical operation in port or an offshore location, things like that. So what's really happens is you're completely tied up at a practical level. So many a times it so happens that we tend to miss out or tend to really forget about certain theoretical part which we have learned during our courses when we did our courses, or you have forgotten about certain books, certain publications, certain knowledge, certain technical details involved during your practical job. So the good habit would be that at times, whenever else you get time, you must always have a habit. You must develop a habit, irrespective of whichever post you are. You must have a habit of going back to the academics, going back to the books. It's always available on the bridge, but in bridge library, in the publication section or in the book section, it will always be available. Certain manual, whether it is DP operational manual, certain like the company SMS manual, some bridge publications which are there, nautical publications, admiralty publications, some technical manuals which will there in the computer. You must have a habit, you must always have an academic tilt that okay, whensoever you get time, you can always refer to the theoretical part of it. You can clear your doubts, you can clear your fundamentals, you clear your principles all around, and that thing is definitely going to help you in your practical operations when you go back to your practical work, which most of the time you are involved in. That thing what you really revise during your theoretical time, when you really revise on these things, then definitely that thing is going to help you during your practical operations, whether you are working on a DP system or whether you're going for your port approaches, whether you're doing loading, offloading of cargo and anything like that. You're doing some operation which is critical and you've referred and you've already gone through the procedures which is jotted down in the SMS. So the thing is that theoretical backing is always a very positive concept which you need to operationalize in your mind, which you really need to cultivate that habit, and that is really going to have a very positive impact when you're practically dealing with various operations on board the ship. That is really going to make your operations far safer. That is all the message all about. That's it. Do keep tuned up. A lot of videos about safety related aspects on board the vessel will keep coming up on this platform, and remember, safety first.